All right, welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Curry. I'm with Brian the Grizzly, and we're going to talk episode 5 of Secret Invasion. Almost at the end.
Man, that's why it's so fast. It's happening so fast.
Yeah, next week is it. That's it. We're done. And then we'll move on to what? Armor Wars and Marvels. Those are going to be some of the next big things.
That reminds me about a question I need to ask you at the end.
All right, bad. Don't forget. So Derpy, one of our longtime fans, so he said this today. He goes, I'm gonna be real. Today was the first episode I watched of Secret Invasion. I liked it, but it didn't really grab me as I thought it would, and that's what Phase 4 and Phase 5 has been after Endgame. How would you compare from now? Because we're almost going to end. Next week's the end. How would you compare episode 1 to episode 5 now? Like, what was the progression? Was it like a roller coaster, or was it rising, kind of stagnant?
It's been getting better and better. I feel like every episode is giving me a little bit more. Because we're getting to get that Nick Fury we're trying to get to, and it's grounded, but we still have action. They're building towards something, and we're still getting stuff in the episode. It's not just boring talking the entire time. Great relationships. It's the world, and I think Nick Fury says it the best way in this episode. He says, I live in this world. I know I'm a regular person, but I know of this world. I am the best person to fight for this world. This is my world. These other people can go into different worlds and do whatever they want. This is something I live in. I know, and I think that's what really explains what's going on. And I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed this one. I enjoyed the action what I saw from his wife and Gaia. I thought that was pretty cool. I like to see the cracks in the armor from Gravik.
Oh my god, yeah.
I mean, they really starting to see what's going on and the tipping point in the rebellion and how afraid Rhodey is, and how we know. I think he's going to definitely get killed. Rhodey's definitely going to be dead the next one.
Yeah, I can see that. So, but I would say, Derpy, keep watching it. I think it does get better for me and for Brian too. It got better as it went along, because the first episode kind of happened, and I'm like, okay, like, what's gonna happen next? So
what? Hold on.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's far more slow burner than Andor. You are crazy.
Yeah.
It's just like Andor. I'm still waiting for something to happen to Andor.
Yeah, right.
It's about to happen. No. At least stuff happens. There's action in this.
Yeah.
They lead you to somewhere, and then you get there. Andor just leads you to a place and then just leaves. And you're in the middle of a desert. Like, so where we go next?
And then they're already gone. You're like, wait,
exactly.
Where'd
They left.
Yeah. Nah, it's the first episode, I think, is a slow burn. It sets things up. But the more Nick Fury you get and the interaction he has with other people, I think the better it gets, and you start to see like him, like not the super spy him, but just like him. I mean, and you got to figure out, like, was he the super spy that we remember, or was he just a dude that kind of got lucky? And I think we're starting to see, where's it going to lead? Yeah. Yeah. Andor was just too boring to me.
Yeah, I agree.
I gave it every single shot until the very last minute, and I was mad. It's like, okay, let's do something. No. I was like, oh, season 2.
It just kept on going because it was so many episodes that never hit. I was like, all right, come on, never hit.
So, for me, this is the show is Andor for Marvel
D+. I've heard people say that they hate it. I've had people say that they think this is the best show that they've had.
One of the best, yeah. There's not too many people in the middle. It's either like you really are enjoying it or you really hate it. But I'm under the camp, like, it for me. The next episode, the final episode, same thing with Andor. The final episode is going to be the decision maker if this show was good or bad. Like, Andor was kind of going down, but I still gave it that last episode shot.
It wasn't going down. It never hit.
No,
It just
it
we were
had a
always
little like,
waiting.
you know, episode
had
2,
the
it had that
episode went,
little.
eh. It's the same.
Yeah. So this one, I like what's going on, like with everything with it.
Mm.
But D Stizzle, another mid Marvel show. Yeah. And well, Xavier saying it's his least favorite. I would say it's one of
It's one of my favorites.
One of my favorites, just because it's setting up something big,
Yeah.
and you see what's it setting up. But I enjoy it. This episode was a slow burn. There wasn't. Well, I won't say there wasn't action.
No,
There was a big action.
what happened with Gaia and Priscilla, and then everything you saw with Gravik, that was huge. And then even the stuff you saw, the explanation with Nick Fury. I mean, that was cool.
Yeah.
Seeing, I have these grave sites all around the world.
Yeah, dead man needs options.
Exactly.
That was funny. Yeah. So this is kind of interesting, but it's kind of true. It's sad more people talked about She-Hulk got more talk than Secret Invasion.
Mm-hmm. I think because all the shows were so mid that people kind of lost interest.
Yeah.
This, I think is really good, very smart, intelligently done, has a pretty good storyline. They put money into it. I enjoy it. I really do.
I think if this came out before She-Hulk, I think more people would be talking about it. But
yeah.
She-Hulk was kind of the last straw for a lot of people, which really sucks because, like they said, this one is good, but it's very, very different from everything else we got, because it's a lot of dialogue, a lot of talking.
No superheroes.
No superheroes. It's a bunch of dudes and Skrulls.
Yeah.
So, but one thing I would say is it should not be called Secret Invasion. Like,
well, because Secret Invasion, the comic book run, especially the 2008 one, was dealing all with superheroes.
Yeah. I mean, you were legit like, oh, who's that? Is that a Skrull or is that Miss Marvel? Is that a Skrull or is that Spider-Woman? It's the whole time. We're here. I get you have to do it differently, but I like what they're doing. But I think giving it this name was giving it people an expectation. And that's a hard expectation to live up to, because that is a great comic book run. So I
one of the best. I have the entire run, and it's one of the best ones.
Yeah, you could have called this like, I don't know, just Skrulls. Like it's I don't know. I mean, you didn't have to give it a comic book name. You could have called it.
But you had to. No, it has to be Secret Invasion. But it is Secret Invasion Light, as Xavier said. Yeah. Secret Invasion Light. It's not quite there, but it's focusing on the character of Nick Fury and giving you more context behind what's going on. Yeah. And I mean, we're getting Super Skrulls, we're just not getting all the craziness that could.
They should have called that, just that.
Call Super Skrull.
Just Nick Fury. Just call it Nick, or call it Fury or something. Just
call it Fury. Oh, that would be cool.
I think that's what Fury. That's what they should have called it instead of Secret Invasion, because you could have still saved that title for a movie, and have all your heroes.
You wouldn't be able to do it again. You wouldn't be able to introduce the Skrulls again.
Well, because you can still keep the Skrulls around.
Then they're gonna go bad again. Like,
well, that's what it could be, a completely different show where, like, not all of them are gonna like, oh yeah, we're all good again. There's still always gonna be some bad ones, but now you have like superpowers. So when the bad guys, have actually somebody to go against, because right now it's what, a Super Skrull versus Nick Fury. Like, what is that gonna do? It's like,
I don't know, man. He had that phone call at the end. Hey, it's time. I was like, who the hell is he talking to?
Oh, good question. I thought he called Gravik.
I think he's talking to Maria Hill.
So, real quick, I saw this one out.
Or Captain America.
Ooh, we get old Steve.
Because no. He said he's not calling anyone with superpowers, right? Well, Falcon / Captain America does not have superpowers, so he would not be lying.
Oh, yeah.
And then it leads into the new Captain America, and it still leads into everything else. So.
Did I just prove Chillmonger's point when you say Captain America? My mind went to Steve Rogers.
Yep, yeah, man. Captain America's and it's just one of my favorite. That was one of my favorite Disney Plus shows. So that's just
Yeah.
me.
Yep. Yep. Oh shit! I just saw that.
That's interesting too.
Where it goes. So real quick, we are gonna watch this. I just looked it up. It's literally 12 minutes ago, fellas. That the new trailer for the Marvels dropped 12 minutes
Yeah,
ago.
they said it was going to be at
So
midnight Eastern.
after this, we are gonna talk about that. So make sure you.
I will go on strike if we don't talk about. I'm just letting you
At
guys
least
know
we're gonna do
what's
Witcher.
going to happen. You know what's going to happen.
We're gonna do it. But yeah, but what D Sizzle said he gave Andor 7 out of 10, which is way too high.
Yeah, it's a 3.
That's 6 out of 10. I can see that, but Andor should be like a 3. You know,
had 15 episodes and nothing happened.
Yeah.
15 episodes and nothing happened, and they were all full hour long episodes, and nothing happened. Yeah. I'll never get that part of my life back.
Yeah, I'll give it a 3 because there was 3 good parts in the entire show.
Yeah,
like that's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I gave it a chance, man.
I'll give it a 3 out of 15.
Man. I always thought Marvel and Star Wars content, though. I know they can do better. Yeah,
I can hear you.
For sure, Marvel. For sure, Marvel. Yeah. Yeah, they rarely follow comics, so I wasn't too surprised. Mm-hmm. No, but at least they kept close enough. You know, because like Civil War, that's a huge event in Marvel, and they
didn't have all the rights to everybody. That could have been the Civil War.
Yeah. I mean, they broke their back trying to get Spider-Man, and that was awesome.
And the roots.
Yeah. But it kept it close enough. This one it's not keeping close.
It's not at all the same storyline, and to the point is that I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea what the hell they're going to do.
Yeah. I agree. Secret Invasion should have been a movie. I think this show could have set up a Secret Invasion movie. You should have just called it Fury, and give an eye patch or something, or the 3 slashes, whatever. Could have been a cool logo. It could have, because that's what it is anyway, right? It's focusing on Fury, like his life outside of the Avengers with a wife and before he found the Avengers and everything. It's his story. You should have just called it Fury. You just called it Nick Fury or something. Give him his time.
The storyline would have to be different. I mean,
you could have changed it. You could have changed it a little bit. You could have made it more like where Gravik, because even in the show, Gravik seems like he was learning and training under Nick Fury. I don't think they directly said it. But
they said Gravik was the one who was part of the Skrulls that went and grabbed all the blood for the Avengers.
He was one of the collectors.
The collectors. So that's what it was. He was one of the collectors, and that's where the problem came in from them.
Yeah. Where did we so? I saw it up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you hate Andor, you're a casual Star Wars fan.
Like, yeah, you are crazy. I know more about Star Wars than you know. How about that? How about that, Derpy? Challenge me. Challenge.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't going as crazy as Star Wars theory is like, oh, there's Skrulls. Like, like that's a little too much. But I mean, I want to at least, some Star Wars, in a Star Wars show.
Just what is Star Wars? You have to really be honest with yourself what Star Wars is. If you don't have no force, you have no feelings of things. I don't think you really understand what Star Wars is. No lightsaber battles, none of that stuff. That's what it was. They're samurais. I mean, that's what the idea was from the beginning.
Yeah. All right, hold on. Sorry, getting all over the place. President said, I'm surprised how well Sam Jackson is doing this. He is a great Nick Fury from day one, from the start.
Why do you think he's quite surprised? He's a great actor. He's always been a great actor. Yeah.
It's kind of, I want to say, is it kind of disrespectful that he's only getting an honorable Oscar? Not a real Oscar. But
it's because the type of characters he is. That's all.
Yeah. He doesn't. I mean, he was in Django, and that was like a good If you want to
Yeah,
talk
but
about like Oscar
he
movie
doesn't want an Oscar for Django.
for that, I don't
He don't
blame.
want to be Uncle
I don't,
Ruckus,
I
get an
don't
Oscar. No.
That's true. Um, is that where we at?
There's
Age of
all over the
Ultron was
place.
also is also what was it?
It was only a
Age,
name.
name
It's
only.
only
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
They
But
didn't follow the same the same line and all that stuff. So
yeah, they kind of took their own, privileges with it. I give She-Hulk a 3 out of 10. Yeah,
She-Hulk just I told you guys that when you guys were all like, it was okay. I was like,
it
this
had
is
good parts. It had good parts. I liked that last episode, but that last episode should have been episode 3.
it should have been only 4 episodes long. Don't give me 10 of that. Give me 10 of this.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, it's 6 episodes long. It's longer than a movie. Yeah, yeah. But also with a show, you're able to dive into different things.
It's
But
not when it's
also,
only 34 minutes long.
I mean, still with 6 episodes, 30 minutes. I mean, I guess you get 3 hours to get there.
Maybe,
But
yeah.
but it's hard to get the big stars on a TV show that's going to be on Disney Plus than a big screen. I'm sure some of them are going to show up. Some of them have contracts. Samuel L. Jackson, I think, just loves playing Nick Fury, so I think he was down for it anyway. And I think he signed a crazy long contract from the start,
Exactly.
like a crazy long contract. So
he was like, "How many episodes you want? We're just gonna put the infinity sign,
Yeah,
and we'll just see." And he's like, "Hey, I've never missed a date. I've had more than 400 credits."
yeah.
So yeah.
Nick Fury is a tough sell for average viewers, especially young people.
Wow.
Oh, that's a good point, because this one is very, even like this episode. It talks about marriage and living a life. And stuff that maybe some younger people might not
have no idea about,
or they don't appreciate yet. Like how it is to like live. And
what
been through.
it's exactly what Priscilla said to Gaia. You have no idea what it means to build a life with somebody. You have no idea what it means to sacrifice. You're still young. You have no idea. She said it specifically to her, and because Gaia went way too far. She was like, "Look," she almost called her the B word.
I would slap her. That's what I was like.
She was like, "Look, all right, look, I'm gonna let you know. You have no idea what you're talking about. How about you stay in your skin before I slap you?"
Yeah. That was probably one of my favorite scenes. Like when there's an older person talking to a younger person. Like that's like just in general, not just from the show, just in general, because it was this very heartfelt moment that they were having together about loved ones and stuff like that. And when she's like, "Oh, when you find a person that loves you, you get it." And he goes, "Yeah, but what'd she say? Like, does love him? Like what you said?
Love keep you on a planet or something like that. Like it was.
No, she said like, "Oh, does he love the real you, or
has he
whatever?
seen you, or is it just the mask that you put on?"
And she pulled back, like you said, she was gonna like slap her or something. And she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend." She goes, "Yeah, you did."
Yeah,
and I'm like, I legit, I'm like, "What?" And she goes, "Yeah, you did, because you're young and you think you know it all." I was like, "Wow, man!" They just flat out threw out, and it's such a small, quick part of the show, and I was like, "Wow." And because bringing up young people and then that happens, that's like, wow. I really, really appreciated that, because like you were trying to be a smart ass, and now you're like, "Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend." Like, yeah, you did. Like, without skipping a beat, she goes,
exactly. But no, it was such a, in my mind, in my eyes, like that's like my mom, how she would respond immediately. You did mean that, and don't try to cover it up by trying to be polite. No, this is what you meant, and you have no idea what the hell you're talking about, because you don't have the time in. You don't have the life experience. You've never known what it is to love someone else and have to accept people for their flaws and all those other things. Until you have that experience, you have no idea. And it was so cool. It was so quick. And then the bullets start firing, and she still was there. Hey, we're gonna do this. And that was cool that Priscilla knew that Gravik was going to send hitmen out for her.
Yeah.
And she just was ready. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. That whole scene was really great. And I thought it was going to be a little longer, but that action scene was super quick. like
But
super quick.
honestly, they only had like 10 people to send after her because
I know.
it's like how many people you gonna send?
Yeah, how many people are actually gonna listen to him now too? Because real quick, let's talk about that for a second.
Oh
like,
my gosh, that was amazing.
yeah, like, because I remember we talked about that. I was like, he's gonna get a little too
He's getting
big,
too
and he because then they go into that other conversation is like he's quote unquote young, so he thinks he knows it all. So he's like, oh, if you're not with me, you're against me. But it's like, but what are you? What being with you means you're trying to help our people. So if you're doing this, then how can I be with you when you don't care about the people? Because you're doing, it's a really interesting like take on this whole character. Is like, what's the big plan? The big plan is to save the people, but you keep killing us, man.
Exactly.
It's like, it's the opposite of Talos. So it's like, what are we doing here?
Then you kill Talos too, who no matter what is a general. And I knew that was going to rub the old people the wrong way. And then the young people are looking like, dude, you blaming everybody else, and you don't see the stuff, can't see the forest through the trees.
Yeah.
And you're not even listening to us.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, I don't think it's going to be Nick Fury that takes down Graphic. I think he's going to take down himself, and he's going to, you're not a leader when no one's going to follow you.
Exactly.
And that's what it's going to be. And I think he's just going to, I don't know if he's going to stick around. I think he might stick around. You might see him in a movie later. I don't think he dies next week.
I do think he dies. I think Guy kills him.
Maybe. I
kill my mama. You kill my dad. I'm killing you. I think that's what's
you killed me.
Yeah, you shot me too.
Yeah. Let me return the favor. Yeah. She would be the only one that would do it.
Yeah,
but
because I mean, no one else can do it. Nick Fury with his eye patch don't mean nothing. That means he's planning stuff. That's all that meant. He put his eye patch on, put his leather on. He's like, whatever. That just means he was planning something.
Yeah, but also she could like kind of start acting like her dad, where it's like, I can't kill you because at the end of the day, you are one of us.
No.
You don't think so?
She killed her mama and her dad.
And her dad.
No, there's no doubt. She had to burn them.
Yeah.
And it was other little things like, the fact that she didn't know the prayer. So her connection is severed. Really.
Yeah.
You really, because you're so young, you didn't care about the ways. You probably didn't care about the ways when you were there. That, that's so much that you don't know. And you're not going to be able to know because your parents are gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, Nick Fury is like the closest family at this point. A human. So yeah. Stunts for Sam Jackson. Oh, I see you guys talking about Star Wars. We're gonna
get into that. I'm just going to bite my tongue and finish this because part of what I'm saying is about some of the stuff I want to say right now too.
But yes, Sam. I don't know if he's doing his own stunts though, but
I mean, what's he really doing that needs stunts? Rolling?
Yeah, falls to the ground.
He's still Shaft. Come on, man.
I was gonna say his slow man run. That was one thing. Was it last episode? He was like running. He's like, like, oh man, that's how someone with bad knees runs. I know. Yeah.
Is there any part of this episode that you didn't like?
I don't know if I didn't like anything. I don't know. The way it started, the way the Gaia and Sam, the Gaia and Nick Fury's interaction, I didn't care for. I'm like, that should have been more. Should have been more emotional. Should have been more anger or something. And it just kind of like came and gone.
No,
I was like,
to me, it felt like he was not grieving.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering why.
Yeah.
How could he not be grieving? So I'm hoping that comes out. Because, I mean, you got to remember that at the end of the episode, he's talking to someone on the phone. I don't think it's Gravik. I think he's talking to someone who has a plan with. And I believe that plan is someone that we don't know that we're going to see. I threw out things. Is it Sam? Is it it's Captain Marvel? I've heard that. but it could be someone else. It could be, as I said, Maria Hill that that died.
Yeah.
It could be Talos. It could be something that he has planned and showing that he had all this planned out all along. That he really has.
Could it be Monica? Because him and her are
Monica
in the
makes
trailer. We're gonna watch this
sense.
new trailer, but in the first trailer, she's working with him in the space station, Saber. So it was like, would Monica? Would he like, hey, I need your help? Where's Carol? I don't know. She's off doing.
But she has powers, and I think he wants to keep people that are powers away, and that's why I don't think it's going to be a superhero person. He said specifically, I don't want any of those Avengers people around me. And that's why I keep thinking. That's why I said Sam, because he doesn't have powers.
Yeah,
you get his blood. You're gonna learn how to be a great soldier. I mean, that's just like anyone else. I mean,
and talk to Falcons.
He learned how to throw a shield. You can learn that too.
Yeah, right. So little mini shield, his eye patch, the gamut throwing him. Oh man, yeah. I don't know, man. But one thing I did say. Remember when I said I think Gaia might become Maria? In their conversation between Sam and Gaia, he's like, hey, be safe out there. She goes, well, don't worry, I'll put on a good face. I was like, is she, because I'm like, that'll be a great way to get him out of in trouble, because now the whole world's gonna see him shooting Maria. So what if Maria just walks through the door, and it winds up being Gaia?
It's Gaia the whole time.
And I'm like,
and Gaia doesn't have a face that she needs. That makes perfect sense. And then Gaia becomes his partner because Maria was already his partner.
Yeah, Maria was already his partner, but Talos was also his partner. So now you got a combination of a little bit of both. Like, oh, it looks like Maria, but it's Talos's daughter. So that is also a super Skrull. So it's like I have like a hidden secret super soldier, or super everything, hidden in a way. I think that might be it. Also, like you get a big star like what's her name? Game of Thrones, Emilia Clarke. Great. I don't think she's gonna stick around. I mean, Colby Smulders, she's a TV person.
Colby Smulders said that she's not going to be part of it anymore, right?
That's what she said. But also, Andrew Garfield said he wasn't in Spider-Man.
That's true.
So like them saying anything about like being in or not being in it, I don't think matters anymore. But I could see that happening. You know what I mean? I could definitely see that happening more now. After she said that, I'm like, is that a hint? Like, oh, don't worry, I'll put on a good face. So I was like, what does that mean? Because you can literally put on a face because you can shapeshift. So
but she just walked away though.
Yeah. So I'm kind of curious. So, and I'd be cool with that. I mean, yeah, you killed the real Maria Hill, but I like Colby Smulders. So like, I'd rather see Colby Smulders come back as Maria Hill.
I think she's out. I think she is out. Even though I agree with that guy would do that, but I think they'll just change. It doesn't matter who they have as that person.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Are you talking about that? Oh, we're gonna get to this whole conversation in chat right now.
Yeah, exactly. Do you think that he's gonna give Gravik the serum?
Oh, I think he's gonna give him a serum. But I don't know if because I don't know, because we didn't know is that what do you call it, the harvest?
The harvest.
What is the harvest? Is that just every single one of their DNA? That wouldn't make any sense.
That's all their DNAs. And they can
one vial.
DNA. It could.
Yeah, I mean, I think
it looks so much like a bullet to me, and I was wondering, is it like the anti? Something like they will take all those powers away from him and make him a regular person again.
It's just Sam Wilson DNA. Oh man,
that's terrible.
Yeah, Maria was wasted, literally and metaphorically.
Too soon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know if that's the one he wants. I think it's gonna be. I think he's gonna. It's Nick Fury. He's gonna trick him and do something stupid and do something. I don't know. He shrinks him down to Ant-Man size and traps him in a little mini cage. I don't know. Years, but Gravik is super smart. I am really, really enjoying Gravik. I just think his arrogance is getting the best of him, which I thought that's what it was going to be. But yeah,
but he's my favorite villain that I've had in a while. He's actually a bad guy, so that's what's cool. Actually having a bad guy
with a good motive, Like, I understand his motive. There's a lot of people like, oh, I don't get why he's doing it. I was like, you're pretty much used and lied to your entire life.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be upset. You're gonna be upset,
And that's why I understand exactly why everyone was following him. I understand why Priscilla followed him. I understand why the rest of the Skrulls followed him, because they need something. They need a planet. They need something positive to happen for them. And the fact that nothing's happened in 30 years, come on.
Yeah. So I don't know. What else you got? You got anything else?
No, I'm just wondering what we're gonna get in episode 6, the final. We already got Nick Fury kind of turned back to Nick Fury. I think we're gonna find some of these deaths are not, these people are not gonna be dead. He is going to meet Gravik. I think he goes into that warehouse that all those people's bodies are being stored.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna find all those. So we're gonna see the real Rhodey after someone kills that one. I think Priscilla kills him. Matter of fact, Priscilla kills Rhodey. All right.
I see that.
Gaia kills Gravik. And I believe a lot of those other people, they're going to come back out because their bodies were all in that facility. Mm-hmm. And Nick Fury is going to save enough of them.
Yeah. Like right now.
And maybe instead of Gaia doing it, what if we find out that Maria Hill was a Skrull? And then the old Maria Hill is actually still in that building.
In that building.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool. I'll be cool with that. I just want her back somehow. Just figure it out. I don't care. Like, figure it out. But I can see that because right now it looks like the whole world's gonna hate him. But then if he winds up saving like
everybody,
dozens of leaders across the world, they're like, wait, no, he's a good guy. So yeah, I think that's how that's gonna happen. Because he's gonna come back as being like, oh no, he fights for the good people.
He saved us.
Yeah. So the details, I don't know. And then we'll finish off with some Xavier comments. Gravik has been one of my favorite Marvel TV villains in a long time. Yeah. Besides, I mean, would the King variant?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, would he even count as a villain though? Because he didn't really do anything bad.
But I mean, he was the man behind all of it. But that's just it.
Yeah. He blows the flag smashers out of the water. Yeah,
exactly.
But that whole show had a lot of issues. They had to change what they were gonna do because of COVID. They were gonna. From what the rumor is, they were gonna put out a pandemic into the world to kill half of the world, so things can go back to the blip. They're like, oh, let's not do that right now.
Yeah. But I still think especially because I think I always talk about that with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. As a black man, it that really resonated with me because of all the things you got. All the super soldier, all the actual events that you got, kind of resonated with me, and I'm enjoying this one because it's like that. But we're getting it as just a person. Like, I don't have to be a superhero and to be super. I'm getting those type of, but you're still getting the action. You're still getting greatness. So I'm enjoying this one. I think I've enjoyed this almost as much as I enjoyed Wanda. Wanda's probably still ahead of it for me, but this is probably my third favorite one we've had.
I could probably put it up there too. Loki, Wanda, and
Loki's
Secret Invasion,
and then Wanda. Yeah.
Some of these other ones were good. I had fun with, but Miss Marvel, I had a lot of fun with. A lot of people hated. Moon Knight, I had enough fun with it. Yeah. But yeah, definitely somewhere in the top 3. I could probably give it number 3. So I'm liking it. I'm digging it. But we'll end off with promoting Chaos Central. So make sure you go Chaos Central with 2 Ks. That's with Anzo and a lot of his guys over there. Hopefully I can come on this week. But right now it's mostly Brian.
They really think it's only one of us. They honestly believe it's like, I've never seen you guys besides the one show on you guys. on your show when you could do whatever you TV magic you want to
Yeah.
do. I never seen you guys on a show together, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
it seems, yeah, yeah. So hopefully, right now it's mostly Brian. I was on there for one episode, but hopefully, me and you both can get on there. But check them out every Sunday. They do a full breakdown with a whole panel of like 5 to 6 people. So make sure you go check out Chaos Central. That's always a lot of fun. But I don't know. You got anything else, man? Get out of
Nope.
here.
I was saving it for Chaos Central.
Yeah. I'll argue with everybody with that one.
Exactly.
But cool. Appreciate you guys checking us out. If you clicked our video, appreciate you guys checking us out. Thank you. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It means a lot to us. And make sure you check us out every Monday and Thursday live. We're talking about TV and movies as well. So, and yeah, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're so close to 1,000.
8 away, guys.
8 away.
8 away.
So we'll do that. But if you're watching live, appreciate you guys as well, everyone in chat. But we are going to move on to our next topic for the night.